Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selections for Friday, November 29th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up giving out a matchup on NFL Sunday between the Jets and the Bengals, so we did not have any plays on yesterday's action. If you want to check that video out, you can. It's just located right below this one on the playlist. But either or, for today's play of the day, we're actually going to be giving out two, as I like one matchup in college basketball and one matchup in the NBA. We're going to start out with the college basketball matchup, and it will be between San Francisco and Hawaii, as that game will be taking place at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this matchup, we actually like the road team here in San Francisco, which is available at -4 at -110 on FanDuel. San Francisco, simply put, is just a better overall team. They're 7-0, and they are 1-0 on the road. Hawaii is 4-2. They're 4-1 at home. Hawaii as a whole, they've been pretty good, but they haven't really played anybody. Their strength of schedule have been pretty easily, and the one time they actually faced a mediocre opponent in Illinois, they got absolutely smacked as they ended up losing by 13 points. They've been okay, I'd say. I mean, Stansbury's looked pretty good as a guard, and Ramos looked pretty good as a big man. But San Francisco's just better in pretty much every stat. San Francisco's averaging 10 more rebounds per game. They're averaging 17 more points per game. They're undefeated for a reason. There's a reason why the spread has gone from -3 to -4, and I think that even though home court advantage matters, especially for Hawaii, I just think San Francisco's offense will be too much to handle. They run a lot of motion, they run a lot of off-ball screens, they don't turn the ball over that much, and I think San Francisco is averaging roughly 89 points per game. I just don't think Hawaii is going to score enough points to keep this game close. Hawaii is scoring 71 points per game, give or take. So San Francisco, I just simply think if they break 80, I don't think Hawaii is going to be able to score more than 70-something in this game, and I think San Francisco should be able to cover. San Francisco should get to the foul line a lot due to their advantage in the interior, as well as just their smart shot selection. I think San Francisco should be able to get more open looks than Hawaii. Hawaii is playing solid defense, giving up 68.7 points per game, but San Francisco is giving up 69.3 points per game. So both teams have been pretty good defensively this season, but San Francisco has been light years better on offense. So for that reason, I think San Francisco should be able to get the job done. I think the spread will close somewhere around 4.5 to 5, so I think that there is value getting it at -4, and I think that that is why I just like the play a lot based on this line. So the play of the day will be on San Francisco -4, which is available on FanDuel at -110. Now for the second play of the day, we'll be on an NBA matchup, and it will be between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And we like the Oklahoma City Thunder -4 here, which is available at -112 on DraftKings. Now just going into both teams for the season, both teams have been pretty equally bad in terms of record, as the Pelicans are 6-12, as they're still waiting for Zion to return in a couple of weeks. And Oklahoma City is 6-11. However, the Pelicans have been terrible on the road this season. They are 2-7 away from home. Whereas Oklahoma City, even though they are 6-11 overall, they are 5-4 at home, which means that they are 1-7 on the road. Definitely has impacted their overall record. But the Thunder at home in front of the home crowd in Chesapeake Energy Arena, they've just actually been pretty good. And they've already actually played this season, and the Thunder were able to beat the Pelicans by 11 at home earlier this season. The reason why this line has climbed from 3.5 to 4, I think that New Orleans, even though their offense is pretty good, their defense is giving up 120 points per game. Oklahoma City will play at a relatively slower pace due to just Chris Paul loving to run the pick and roll with Steven Adams. I think this game will be close, but Gilgeous-Alexander is pretty good. Gallinari is a very good stretch four. Adams is definitely a pain to deal with in the paint. And I think that if Oklahoma City can simply just, I don't want to say limit Ingram, but if they can limit the Pelicans around him from the three-point line, I think Ingram can go off for 20-something points, but I don't really think anybody else on that team is much of a threat. Drew Holiday can score a bit, and Redick can shoot from three, but Redick can't really create his own shot. He comes off screens all the time. I think that Oklahoma City will do a pretty good job at containing him. And you also have Drew Holiday, who's a very solid point guard. He's not a superstar by any means, but he's pretty good. But at the end of the day, I just think Oklahoma City at home will be too much to handle, as they have been pretty solid at home for a very below-average team in the Western Conference. Plus, they're also coming in off of a tough road loss to the Trailblazers, in which they got absolutely smacked by 17 points. I think they'll look to come back and put in a good performance at home. And I think that the Pelicans, who are in the middle of a 3-game losing streak, 2 of them coming on the road, they lost to the Jazz by 8, they lost to the Clippers by 25. They're just not a good team on the road. And I think Oklahoma City will come in and take care of business. I think Oklahoma City will win this game by at least 6 points. So the two plays of the day will be on San Francisco in college basketball, which is available at -4 at -110 on FanDuel. And the second play will be on the Oklahoma City Thunder -4, which is available at -112 on DraftKings. Other than that, though, that's going to do it for this installment of Scott's Selections for Friday, November 29th. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.